Hello, everyone. Welcome to BayernNow, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. I'm enjoying Twitter, man. I'm out here cooking on Man City fans. Why does my shirt look hella dirty out here, man? What the hell's going on? Maybe I shouldn't sleep in this because that's what makes it dirty. Well, look, the title is as follows: Is Nagelsmann in trouble? Now, you guys are probably thinking, "Oh my gosh, they're about to sack Julian Nagelsmann." Well, that's true, but under the condition that he doesn't succeed, of course, right? This season is Nagelsmann's most important season. You can't use the narrative that, it's just his first year. No, he's been here for a whole season, and this is his second large, big year at Bayern. Technically, the guy's been here for 2 calendar years. Wait, is it 3? No, 2 calendar years. Since 2021, it's 2023, right? Now, you guys are probably thinking, but even if he doesn't win the Champions League, which, by the way, is the measure of success for Bayern, I love the Bundesliga, but come on. Come on. We got like 10 of those in the last 10 years. So, yes, it is a great measure of success, but the Champions League is what defines a Bayern season. We can win the Bundesliga. We can win the DFB Pokal, which, by the way, we haven't been doing for the last few seasons now. I think the last time we won the Bundesliga, Hansi Flick was manager, or the Pokal. So, yeah, the Champions League is our measure of success. It's the toughest competition we're in. It's usually the competition that needs the most luck, which means it's the hardest to win. I need Bayern Munich to win this Champions League because all the other giants are somewhat wounded. You have Real Madrid, who are wounded with injuries. You have PSG, who is one of the toughest teams in the competition. And I'll be honest, if we get past PSG, then who's harder than them? No one, I don't really think. Liverpool, wounded. Wow, more than wounded. Man City, a championship team in the Champions League is it's weird. Like an English second division team, odd, right? Well, so obviously they have way more things to figure out. I mean, Pep might leave. We don't even know. But even if he doesn't leave, there's always going to be this issue of what's going to happen at this club. So the other team I can think about that's really in form is Napoli. And I don't really see Napoli translating their Serie A form into the Champions League because they still struggled against Liverpool away from home, but they did cook Liverpool at their stadium. So, yeah, you have these teams, and there's only 3 or 4 that are really hard to beat, like Napoli, PSG, and we're in there, right? Man City, although they're struggling right now, they're one-dimensional. Yes, that's true, but they have the capability of harming teams. So, with all that being said, I still think Bayern Munich, despite, the obvious issues we have sometimes, we're the team to beat. We went absolutely flawless in the group stage. We conceded twice. Was it once? I think the one goal we conceded, or the two goals we conceded, came against Victoria Pilsen when the players just decided, we'll let them score. It's their first time in the Champions League in years, and most of the players here probably never played in the Champions League, so we might as well give them some goals. So we gave Pilsen some goals. So did Barcelona, and I think Inter might have conceded a goal or two. I don't know. But I'll say this. We were so good in the group stages. We were so good against Barcelona, and we have so much squad depth, which was always our issue, right? Right around February and March, we start getting big injuries. But this time around, I don't really feel like, we're going to, I know this might be jinxing it, as Twitter says. You're jinxing it. How does me saying something now mean I jinx it? Like if I said, Leroy Sané hasn't been injured in a while, I love that. Like I just jinxed him. Like me saying a good thing about what's going on just made a bad thing happen. No, man. Injuries happen. No one can control them. Jinxing is fake. It's stupid. It's dumb. I don't even know where you guys get it from. It's dumb. You can't jinx something. Like, if you're having a good time, you should be like, yeah, man, I'm having a great time. You shouldn't be like, if I say I'm having a great time, I'll start having a bad time. I'm going to jinx myself. Shut up. Shut up. Relax. God damn. Have fun. So, yeah, so I'm looking at all these things, and I'm looking at the squad we have. We have added Daley Blinn. So Lucas Hernandez is injured. Daley Blinn comes in. We have Upa in form, sort of, not in the last 2 games or 3 games. We have Davies, who will be in form, and even if we don't have Davies, we got Cancelo, who can play in that position. Cancelo can play left back. You guys forget, he had a world-class season at left back, which is hilarious. And then he plays right back. We got Pavard. We got Mazraoui to come in. And he's going to be back by the second leg versus PSG, which will be at the Allianz Arena. By the way, we're playing PSG in a week. It's going to be at the Allianz Arena. No, it's going to be at the Parc des Princes. All right? The Princess Park. Nah, George, you are way too confident. Nah, I'm confident, man. Look, I think we'll cook PSG. No, seriously. How am I being overconfident if I'm looking at the team we have and going, I see us succeeding? I see my team succeeding. I see the players we have and the squad depth we have. We have Daley Blinn, who is a really solid backup to Alphonso Davies, or probably better, Lucas Hernandez or Upa or Delay. We have depth, man. I'm happy for once. Pavard can play right center back, and if not, play Cancelo immediately. Guys, we have squad depth, man. We got players in positions. Don't jinx it. God damn you. You guys are pissing me off out here, man. Got Kimmich, Gravenberch. All right? Oh, by the way, another reason I'm asking whether Nagelsmann is in trouble, and start answering. Is Nagelsmann in trouble if we don't win the Champions League? Because I'm thinking if we don't get to the final, do you guys realize how much this board has risked for Nagelsmann? We sacked our goalkeeper coach because Nagelsmann wasn't really keen with him, right? And now we're signing someone that Nagelsmann is friends with, a 42-year-old from Hoffenheim, Michael Rechner, Hoffenheim's goalkeeper coach. We're signing Hoffenheim's goalkeeper coach because Nagelsmann wants him. We backed Julian Nagelsmann to the point of signing a goalkeeper coach. This is unheard of. Tapalovic has been here for years, man, and we sacked him to please Nagelsmann. We got Sabitzer only to remove him because Nagelsmann wasn't using him. We are getting Leimer, another backing of Nagelsmann. Guys, Nagelsmann has got the most backing out of any Bayern coach in recent history, or probably ever. When was the last time we signed a center back for 70 million and then another one for 50? Those things didn't happen. We signed the 50 first and then the 70. We signed De Ligt and Upamecano. Those are Nagelsmann's players. We literally signed Julian Nagelsmann's dream team. We have Leroy Sané, Jamal Musiala. He has players, man. So, of course, I think Nagelsmann, with all the backing he has received, is definitely in trouble if he doesn't achieve maximum success, or at least get very close to it to, make the board go, okay, maybe one more year and he's good. One more signing and he's good. We are signing so many people. We got João Cancelo on loan and we got a buy option. We took one of the best right backs from one of the better teams in the world, and we brought him to the Allianz for half a season, and he's already cooking. That's the craziest backing I've ever heard for any manager at Bayern. Our back line, there's a reason we draw a lot of games. These games we're drawing, typically we would lose them under Hansi Flick, but look at the defense. We got De Ligt putting his body on the line. My man's getting his neck snapped in half trying to block shots. We got Upamecano, who's just going from strength to strength, has some weak games, but is really just improving exponentially, right? We have Lucas Hernandez, who's going to come back into this team. We have Leroy Sané getting into form. Like, dude, where else are you supposed to win a Champions League but now? Like, everyone's going, PSG, really hard team. No, PSG's good, but their defense isn't better than our defense. It's their defense versus our attack. I trust our defense against their attack more than I trust their defense to prevent our attack from scoring. That makes sense. PSG under investigation over alleged undeclared labor. Man, these oil clubs are going down, man. The oil clubs are going down. All right, people are saying, yes, semifinals would be okay. All right, so people are basically saying Nagelsmann has to deliver, says Chico. I agree. Take him back, please. We need a new manager in Madrid. Are we talking about Carlo Ancelotti? Nah, man. Don Carlo, it's me. You know, Carlo's my favorite manager of all time. I love him. I follow him on Instagram. That's how much I rate Carlo. I think Madrid needed to get a right back and a left back. You know what's funny? The signings we got, Real Madrid should have gotten. Like, they should have been the ones that signed Daley Blind. You know how good Daley Blind would have been for Madrid, for their back line, to be a left back or left center back if needed? And you know how good Cancelo would have been for them? They have Cavajal, who's injured, I think. And then they're playing some other dude right back. It would have been really good for them to get an attacker as well, someone that could play striker. They should have signed Gabriel Jesus just to be a backup. I don't know, man. Madrid should have done a lot of things. But this is our opportunity. We have the depth. Typically, it'd be Real Madrid who didn't need players that would sign players and add to their team. And then when they needed those players, it was the most crucial moments, right? I feel like if Chupo got injured, I wouldn't be that pressed over it. I know I still think Chupo is part of this team. You know, he's playing well. But even Musiala, if Jamal Musiala pulled a hammy and he couldn't play for 3 weeks, I wouldn't like stress over it as much as I usually would. Because typically we'd have to play Malik Tillman or something. We'd have to bring some young kid from the academy. Or alternatively, we just have like no one else to play for him, so we'd be moving players around. If Musiala gets injured, Muller comes in. And I'm okay with that. It's not ideal. I'm okay with it. If Sané gets injured, I'm okay with Mane. Like, I'm okay with Gnabry. Even though he's not there, I'm still okay with it. Of course, the problem would be if everyone in our first 11 got injured. And knowing Bayern's luck, that's probably going to happen. So, of course, I think with all these things going in our favor, I have to trust in the team. I have to believe in what we're doing as a club. By the way, man, I'm cooking Man City on Twitter. I really am. I'm loving, dude. I'm just having so much fun with Man City fans. I'm cooking them. I have a tweet that went semi-viral. It grabbed a few views. It had 3,000 likes. It cooked, man. So follow at Now Bayern on Twitter. I love just baiting people into responding on stupid things. I love it. It's fun. Rip Mansour City. At Now Bayern on Twitter, man. Follow your boy. Or follow the channel page there. Imagine we get Rodri instead of Limer next year. You know what's funny? It is true that Limer isn't confirmed, but we all know he's coming here. I would love Rodri. Do you guys realize that's the perfect player we need? Rodri Hernandez, or we were linked to Rodri. You guys remember that period of time? We were linked to Rodri. It was like the close, like, yeah, Rodrigo or Rodri Hernandez has chosen Manchester City over Bayern. So, and at that time, I don't think it was more of a he chose Man City. I don't think we could afford that at that time. We couldn't afford 70 million for him because we signed Lucas Hernandez in that same period of time. So we couldn't afford the 70 million. But now with Man City basically becoming a championship team and Rodri winning 0 titles in his tenure at Man City. Oh, hell no, they better not strip Man City of their trophies because that would mean freaking Spurs have a title. No. What they should do is let them keep it, but punish them like in ways that it's going to hurt. Like punish them a lot. But yeah, man, look, I love Rodri. Rodri would do everything Kimmich can't do, which is maintain his discipline defensively, right? He has the tactical fouls. He's like Casemiro, but Spanish, which means, he doesn't have that Southern American grab a man on the neck, and get a red card. So he's not like Casemiro in that regard, but I'd love Rodri. There's a reason City went after him hard, and man, if we get him for 70 million or something, I'd love that. Bro, we would win 4 Champions Leagues with Rodri. Rodri's so good. But if there's no Rodri, someone else, man. It's funny because people keep saying, "Oh, Attack on Titan." I don't even know what that is. My brother gave me this shirt. I just needed a shirt that was a little bit bigger for me. He just gave it to me. You were good against injured Barca. I hate this. I hate this. Like we didn't have injuries too. Like all our players were probably right. I think all our players are fit. I don't know. You guys are just you're going crazy. Oh my God! I'm literally watching Musiala in training, cooking all our players. What the hell did I just watch? Ain't no way Musiala just did all that. Nah, I gotta show you guys what I just watched. Nah, Jamal Musiala is a different animal, man. This kid is different. He's different. Look at him. He gets the ball, goes past Kimmich. God, he floors Kimmich. Goes past Goretzka. Again goes past Stanisic and Goretzka. Oh, my God. Yo. Yo, what the hell? Oh, my God, dude. Davies, even Fonzie came in and couldn't cope. Nah, man. You can't be getting cooked like this by Musiala in training. And that's nuts, man. That's crazy. Bayern is nothing without Neuer. He shouldn't leave. Bayern has lost its mind. They need to be smart. I get your point that Neuer is, needed. I don't get your point that we're nothing without Neuer. Neuer is just another player at this club. He's our captain, but he's also just another player. I don't think you guys realize, when Oliver Kahn retired, everyone probably said, "Oh, we can never replace him." When Sepp Maier retired, everyone probably said, "Oh, we can never replace him." I'm mentioning these players because they were goalkeepers for us. I think it's going to be true with Neuer as well. When he retires, we might have a period where we don't have anyone as good as him. But at some point, eventually, we'll have a goalkeeper again. We'll have someone so good. And look, Donnarumma's already posting 3 points in the bag, praising the Bayern players. So we might as well, get him since it's confirmed that he's a Bayern Munich fan. I'd love him at Bayern. No, there's goalkeepers out there. There's going to be someone that's good enough to fill Neuer's boots. They will not be like Neuer, most likely. They won't be a sweeper keeper, maybe, right? But there's always something beautiful about having a board like we do that pisses us off, but is also capable of consistent, good decision making. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the future we had a goalkeeper that was very world class, right? So I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say, "Oh, we can never replace such and such player." I mean, we said that about a lot of players that were ultimately replaced. There was a time at this club where selling Hummels to Dortmund was a weird decision, right? Because he was way more informed than Boateng was. But then guess what? We replaced him. We bought Lucas Hernandez. Lucas became a great player. And then we all said, Boateng, it's going to be hard to replace him. Then we got Upamecano and De Ligt. It's like people keep placing this limit on this board. No, you got to understand. There's a reason why Bayern and Real Madrid, and to a certain extent, before they became financially retarded, Barcelona, right? We were so consistent in different eras and decades, picking up players, right? Barca had Cruyff in their history. You have all these players. Bayern had Beckenbauer, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. We had Gerd Müller, like world-class footballers, right? Is it because we were just lucky? No, it's because the structure of this club has remained the same and keeps finding players. Like people look at Musiala and they go, that was such luck. Well, luck plays a part in it because we buy players like Musiala all the time that just never materialize. But the point is, we find them and we execute them. Well, that sounds weird. We execute getting their signatures, right? They come to this club and they get an opportunity. There's a system that they follow. And now we got Musiala cooking people, scoring Messi-esque goals. What's the point of what I'm saying? The point is the structure is in place and will always be in place here at Bayern, where if we keep trying, we will find the next Neuer. We will find a replacement for Kimmich, right? We'll find someone that replaces Sané when he needs to go. We'll find replacements because we're not stupid. We're a club, and sometimes it means we make a few mistakes to get the ultimate player we want. Sometimes we miss out on deals, but the point is the consistency is there. As long as we're constantly profiling players correctly, because there's world-class looking potential players all over the place. But you find the ones you really find. Look at Matisse Tell, right? He's not where we think he's 17, he's young, no one really knows him. He's not where we bought him to be, right? No one thinks a 17-year-old is going to be world-class. But what if in 4 seasons or 2 seasons or next season, someone gets injured and there's no other player to play but him, and he takes that chance, scores 3 goals. You know what? Chupo got into this team in the same way. So we have to trust the fact that this board and this club has the structure. The board will annoy us, and I don't like some of their decisions. But there's a reason this club has been so consistent. I think they could have made better decisions. They could have taken more risk and won more Champions League trophies, right? I think a lot of things. But the point is, we have won in every decade that's relevant for the sport of football. People are saying Villarreal. Go watch Europa League. Yeah. Go watch Europa League. The worst league? You guys are like casuals, like me, to the extent that we only watch the top 5 leagues. When you start watching like some Swiss league, then you'll realize, oh my God, League 1's high level. So I don't have a worse league. I think every league has its potential. And the Bundesliga, by the way, might be doing something very smart. I think 6th Street, which is one of the biggest investment firms in the U.S. Hold on, let me make sure, because I know about BlackRock, Vanguard, like these huge multi-trillion-dollar investment firms. Yeah, 6th Street is a global investment firm with 60 billion in assets under management. The firm operates 9 investment platforms across its growth investing, direct lending, fundamental public strategies, infrastructure, special situations, agriculture. So 6th Street is preparing a bid for the Bundesliga's media rights. This is probably the best thing that could happen to the Bundesliga. It's outside investors owning part of the image of the Bundesliga. And when that American capitalism, corporatism hits you, it hits different. Look at Todd Bowley. Look what he's doing to Chelsea. Everyone's thinking, Todd, you're stupid. But he's thinking, in 10 years, these players that I pay $600 million for now will make me up to, $900 million. So I would have profited. Like, they would have won things. They would have built a global brand. They will sell shirts. He's thinking long term, right? That's why it's funny to me when people look at PSG signing Neymar and go, oh, why are you doing that for? When he's selling shirts, right? When they sign Messi and pay him 40 mil a year or 50 million, whatever it is. Well, Messi's selling shirts. Messi is literally the GOAT. Every time Messi scores a goal, he sells thousands of high quality shirts that PSG gets to market themselves with. And that money they pay for Messi now in or for the next 2 years, if they renew his contract, will live on for decades. Their image is intact. I mean, no one knew who PSG was, and then they started signing players like Ronaldinho, right? Then they started signing players like Lucas Moura, and they just started bringing in these quality players like JJ Okocha. And now look at PSG. It's an established European giant. So, yeah, corporatism, capitalism works in football, but I'm, I think I wouldn't want that kind of money. So look, U.S. investor Sixth Street is among firms preparing a bid for part of the media and commercial rights to the Bundesliga. The sale of a minority stake in the Bundesliga rights valued at up to 18 billion. I was going to say million. 18 billion euros comes as the league tries to close the financial gap with rivals. The Bundesliga has been discussing the creation of an entity that would control its media and commercial rights. The league could then raise as much as 4.5 billion by selling a 25% stake to external investors. The Bundesliga, or the DFL, held talks with investors during the pandemic, but its 36 clubs opted not to pursue it. However, the increasing financial gap between the Premier League and the rest of European football has prompted the German league to revisit the idea of outside investment. This is the beginning of the 50+1 rule being removed, which I'm a huge fan of that rule being removed, or at least amended to allow for outside investments. I don't think this league will survive on academy players and stadium revenue. We need money being pumped, of course, with guidelines, right, and regulations. Yeah, man, we can't keep having Bayern win the league here. If we win another league title, every time we win it, it devalues it, and Bayern will lose in the end. We will not be able to compete with Chelsea when it comes to financial power, because fans will grow less interested because they'll be like, well, we're winning this again. And that's why we win the Champions League. That's why it's so important that we perform well in the Champions League. The Champions League has been keeping us relevant because if we kept winning the Bundesliga, we didn't have the star power of Neymar and Mbappe and Messi at the club. We wouldn't be respected as much as, we are now. We're only respected because of how much we tarnish teams from opposing leagues. So it's absolutely critical that the Bundesliga really thinks about selling a minority stake. That doesn't mean the outside investors, by the way, don't have a say. A minority stake just means you have a minority opinion, right? If you own 25% of a company, it's not the same as owning 75% of the company. You can't make any major decisions to change that company, but you can influence the company's decisions because, of course, you can threaten to, pull out of your investment. You can make agreements that, hey, if I own 25%, at least I get a say or a vote somewhere here or someone here on this board. Right now, the Bundesliga is very non-money like, there's no entity that manages money. But I think, Sixth Street owning billions of dollars in a stake in the Bundesliga will mean the Bundesliga becomes a little bit more corporatized, which would mean higher revenues for clubs all around. I am getting tired of the Barca fans too. The only thing Bundesliga needs is the other leagues to behave like leagues, not state funds, shites, etc. I agree with you 100%, but that's like saying the only way to stop criminals is to tell them to not be criminals. Like that's just. Do you not see how that makes zero sense? I mean, it should be, obvious to criminals, hey, don't commit crimes. But sometimes you need to just have your own protection, right? Just in case they come at you. What I'm trying to say here is the Bundesliga doesn't have its own protection. We're just expecting other leagues to regulate themselves. You'll never see criminals regulate themselves. The Premier League gets money from acting the way it does, and that's why they do it, right? The people that control the Premier League make millions and hundreds of millions from sheikhs, and they get checks, and you might think they don't because it's not publicly disclosed, but, money laundering exists, right? Cryptocurrency exists where you can't track people as easily as you used to be able to track them because they could have 10 wallets and you don't know which one's theirs. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love for the world to be peaches and rainbows, but the Bundesliga needs to adapt, or we will be left behind, and we will be, celebrating our 20th league title in a row because other clubs can't succeed. Schalke, look at Schalke. Schalke is ran by people like us, fans of the club. They run Schalke. That's why Schalke is underground right now, because those fans thought, hey, if we just spend a lot of money on our academy, we can keep producing talents, and that's how we can make our revenue. They didn't have any commercial revenue that was huge coming in, and they didn't have any outside investors with influence of how the club made its decisions. So Schalke naturally, through the motion of having normal, non-business minded individuals running a giant corporation, fell apart. And that's what happens. So the solution isn't to just say, individuals can't run Schalke. The solution is to give Schalke a level playing field with other clubs of its ilk, because Schalke, to me, is one of the biggest clubs in Germany. I know people here in the US that are Schalke fans. Like, they know who Schalke is, because Schalke, back in the early 2000s and late 2000s was a huge club, man. And it still is, right? They have a huge stadium, a great academy if used correctly. And look where they're at, bottom of the league, unable to put together a win, players no one has ever heard of, players with bald heads. Like, bro, I swear some of these dudes are lying on their birth certificates, bro. Because I'm seeing dudes 25 with no hair. What's going on? A bunch of Andrew Tates out here. What the hell, man? Baldies. What's going on? So, look, I'm a fan of fans controlling clubs. The Bundesliga will not improve. It won't get better if there isn't some sort of outside influence and investment in all these clubs. And we need a bigger money pool, right? We need a bigger money pool and more sponsors. I mean, if we're talking about image rights, Sixth Street will make sure the Bundesliga is on everyone's TV. Like, they will make sure the Bundesliga is accessible to everyone. Right now, because the Bundesliga doesn't have this huge incentive to make money, you're seeing like countries, huge countries like India, not have the ability to watch Bundesliga games sometimes. There was a time where people were commenting, I don't have the Bundesliga in my country. Like, we had 1 week to go, and then we were playing Frankfurt to open up the season. Was it Frankfurt? I don't know. And people couldn't even watch it. People couldn't watch the game because there was no rights. The rights weren't bought off by any company. Sixth Street is a huge, giant corporation. They're business savvy. They're going to make sure the Bundesliga is distributed everywhere and that the league makes good decisions business-wise. So if you won against our club in 19-2, if you won against our club 19-2 in aggregate, you would be way worse. Abdul with the Danish krones. Let me look it up. Oh, shoot. I was right, man. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Do you think we will buy Cancelo for 70 million at the end of the season? No. Okay. No. It's a negotiable buy option, which means Bayern will go in and say, hey, take 50 million or 65 million. Like, it won't be 70 million. It won't be that high. Sure, I already read that. Do you think we'll beat PSG over the 2 games? And what is your prediction? I don't do score predictions because you guys always say I jinx everything. So what I think will happen in that game is PSG will come out. They will be, trying to win in their stadium. So we'll probably have to soak up some pressure, and we'll hit them on the counter. Our defense will hold up, right? I'm praying Neymar has a bad game, right? And Mbappe isn't fit. Being honest, man, we gotta have every card. And then I think we'll probably beat them by a small margin in their stadium. We will probably concede in their stadium. So, hey, yo, what the heck? Yo, Jules Koundé be wearing nice clothes, man. Nah, hey, is this not drip? Look, I just saw this. I was like, damn, bro. This brother got drip. Phone's ringing. We need to take advantage of Mbappe not playing. That's what I'm saying, man. Do you think Tell should go out on loan in the summer? Nah, he shouldn't. I think Matisse Tell has scored 3 goals for us, right? When he starts, he usually scores. I think we need to just let the motion move. He's 17 years old. Before we got him, he played 49 minutes of football. Okay. Yeah. So Tao has 3 Bundesliga. Oh my gosh, no, he doesn't have 3 goals. I was thinking 3 goals in total. No, he has 3 Bundesliga goals, 1 DFB Pokal goal, right? So yeah, Tao, had played 49 minutes when we signed him. We shouldn't think it too deep, man. We should just accept the fact that he needs some improving, right? I think, like I said yesterday, sometimes his touches can basically make the ball go away from him. His loose, not his first touch, but his touches on the ball when he has it. And sometimes that's awful for just keeping the ball, and it makes it easier for center back to poke it away from you, especially if you're playing striker. He needs that cozy Benzema touch where Benzema just every touch keeps the ball to him, and every touch has a purpose of keeping the ball and holding it up for his team. So Tao, once he improves that, yeah, he'll be unplayable because he has the pace. There's people that said he was faster than Mbappe, and he's not. Maybe nah, he's not. Mbappe's a fast animal. But yeah, maybe Tao can. His pace isn't bad. It's just he's slightly slower than Mbappe. Slightly, though. But yeah, when he improved, his body's already there. Like, this is why I don't think sending him on loan does anything for him, because he has 3 goals for Bayern. That's more than Vidovic has, and Vidovic is 2 years older. Like, I'm not really, worried about Tell. I think the kid has a mentality. He trained hard, and his interviews tell me what I need to know about him. He has a strong mentality. In one of his interviews, they asked him like, "Oh, are you not, are you sad not to be playing?" And here's what he said. He said, "Well, I have a lot to learn. I need to be patient." He was like, and you can't say, "Oh, he should have a strong mentality. He should want to play every game." No. I have a lot to learn, and I'll play at some point. I got to just take my chance. So, all right. Well, Tao is really fast, to be honest. I haven't seen him, run fast like that. TF is that hat. What hat? What are we talking about? I don't have a hat. I don't know. I'm reading something else. What's up, SKB? Tell needs starting time. Yeah. I think next season he'll start a lot of games. We can kind of forget about this season, to be honest with you. Let's kind of move our minds away from this season because it's kind of over. Like, for him to have started games, he needed to have been playing every week, or it had to have been in the beginning of the season. He already started the easy DFB Pokal game. Now we're getting harder DFB Pokal games. Speaking of DFB Pokal, who's Bayern playing? Yeah, who we playing in the DFB Pokal? God, I love Google. Frankfurt's playing right now. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go watch that after this. Maybe while I'm at the gym, just lifting weights. Oh, they have. Wait, what? Oh, Dortmund didn't play. Wait, they split the games to last week and this week. Why not just have all the games? Damn. Freaking Union Berlin with a red card. Still won the game against Wolfsburg. Yo, Union, bro. If I'm terrified. Wait, Robin. Wait. Am I tripping? Oh, Robin Notch. Oh, I was thinking of Robin Koch. You guys remember that kid that went from Freiburg to Leeds? Is he still at Leeds? Probably. No reason not for him to not be at Leeds. Dude, man, I feel bad for Union. They could have had Isco and they didn't. But yeah, I mean, so DFB Pokal is going to be really crucial. I'm hoping we play, an easy team like the winner of Nürnberg versus Dusseldorf. I don't want to play Leipzig in the quarters because we could actually lose that. Maybe Stuttgart. That might be an easier game. Yeah, because they're going through some issues. Yeah, man. I'm just thinking games where Tau can start. Maybe the game this weekend, right? Rest Chupo. He's coming back from a stomach bug. That might be, Buchum. Yeah, they're like, almost dead last. They're 3 points from the relegation zone. But yeah, Buchum is easy enough. We could play Tell there. Just start him. But here's the thing: if you need it, I think Chupo's going to play because Chupo probably already recovered from that stomach bug. But yeah, all right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a fun one. Which striker do you think we should get in the summer? Do you think Vlahovic is good? I said it yesterday. I don't want Vlahovic. I don't want Haaland. I want bowlers. Okay, I want bowlers. I want a footballer that can play striker. Looks like Vlahovic literally just scored as I'm criticizing his ability. Did he just score or am I tripping? Tell me he didn't just score. Barcelona are now keen on signing him. 70 million. Man United is linked too. Damn, Juve is losing a lot. What about Chiesa, man? I think Chiesa would be good. Yeah, I hope he's fit because he's a great footballer, man. Locatelli would be a decent signing. I feel like Locatelli would do a lot of what Kimmich can do, but probably also give us that Rodri. Yo, why don't we ever go for any Serie A players, man? Why? We're always linked to like La Liga. Is it like a language thing? I don't know. Or is Germany not trying to link up with Italy again? Is it like deja or is it bad nostalgia? Is it like bad memories, bad flashbacks? Nah, Locatelli would be freaking amazing for us. Save his career. He'd be kind of what Jorginho is, right? But defensively way better. Yeah, if we can really do that. That's the kind of person. We don't need Limer. We need Locatelli, man. Manuel Locatelli. Yeah, man. So there's options out there. Julian Alvarez, that's the striker I would want. And we were linked to him, by the way. Yeah, dude, we were gonna get him if Man City didn't get him. Oh, dude, and we wouldn't have gotten Tell. So no, I would have taken Alvarez over Tell, to be honest, because I didn't know who Matisse Tell was. We were linked to Alvarez. I think honestly, Alvarez could want to leave City. If I was Alvarez, I'd be like, yo, I just had a crazy good World Cup. Haaland starting over me, and he's never injured. I'm not playing enough. Man City low blow to Alvarez that could mark his future. Man City could be regulated, surprising Alvarez. Julian Alvarez, surprising decision. Wow, let me read. Julian Alvarez seemed to be the best news for Man City with his goals at the World Cup. However, Julian is not an undisputed starter because although he usually says he's delighted with him, he often does not use him during the compliment. The fact that he has Haaland in front of him, yeah, I think Alvarez, man, he would be an easy signing. Another Man City legend we could sign. Yeah, no, seriously, guys, just think about it. He probably speaks English, right? He's very fast, and he's really good at hold-up play. Alvarez should start over Haaland. He would give City more. And it shouldn't be a partnership because Alvarez is decent as a lone striker. Like, that's how good he is. I'd take Julian Alvarez at Bayern, man. If that's who if instead of signing Harry Kane, we should just sign Alvarez. Osimhen, you guys love this guy. I don't know about him, though. I'll study, man. I'll study. I'll do my study. But thank you ever so much for watching. Mia, and peace.